look right at the camera and think in terms of your grandchildren when they're our age are going to have this video, okay? Or your great-grandchildren that have never met you, you know? I want you to look at the camera and say, you're how old now? 76? After 76 years and all that you've lived through, what would your advice be?
One day at a time. That's the only thing I can tell you is one day at a time.
I could have swore he was going to say never go swimming with bow-legged.
Oh, no. Yeah, because if you don't, it'll drive you nuts. There's many a times I'd have give up if I'd have said, Jesus, is it going to be like this tomorrow? Is it going to be like this forever? But tomorrow's got to be better. It can't get any worse, you know. But that's the only way you get through it, Randy. And you know, the funny thing about it is, only as I look back on it now, but as a young kid, some of the real tough things that we went through, I mean, like starving practically, eating sop gravy and bread. I don't know if you know what sop gravy is or not, but it's bacon, fat, and water mixed to live on. We didn't know any better. We thought that's the way everybody lived. So we weren't unhappy. See? Now as I look back on it, I'd be unhappy as hell if I had to do that. Because I know there's a better way. But when you don't know there's a better way, that's why sometimes I wonder with foster kids. When we take them out of that environment and we bring them into an environment like the Christmases we had for our foster kids, which was the same as you guys, I mean tons of gifts and stuff that they never had in their life. Now they go back to that environment. Did we do them any favors? I wonder. Maybe God will say, yes, you gave them some joy in their life. Maybe God will say, you didn't do them any favors because now they're back to the same old thing and they know what life could be like. Or not should be, but could be. So I don't know. And I don't know if anybody knows the answer to that. Only God does. And someday I'll find out. And he slaps me on the wrist for doing it wrong. I hope that's all he does.
Well, I think anytime you're being obedient to God, you're doing some good, whether you know it or not.
And sometimes it's a matter
Well, I used to think that we were helping these kids, but so many of them are going right back to the same thing they left.
That's their choice.
But I think you offered them a choice and a vision of you can have a better life.
Brandon's my bright spot, as near as I know. I haven't heard from him for a couple of years, but he's turned out half decent.
I mean, did it bother you?
And I understand Jason might have too.
I've often thought about this too. It must have really bothered you coming from the background that you came from and working so hard to build a home for your family and then watching your kids go through their teen years where they wanted to reject everything that you had built and the life that you were providing for them to go live the way that you struggled so hard to get out of.
It tears your heart out, believe me. I cried many a night over you guys. It just rips your insides right out.
Oh, I know. I have kids that age, you know.
I say that with all sincerity.
I mean, I'm not trying to rush anybody, but can we maybe wrap this up?
Yeah, it's 4:15.
Yeah, I've only got 7 minutes left to tape, so.
Oh, okay.
If you could sum up your existence in 7 minutes.
That's what, like 1 minute per 10 years? 1 minute a decade?
I'll tell you something. I don't know if I'd change anything. I really don't know if I'd change anything. Because each section of my life, good and bad, has been a learning experience. And it taught me a lot. The only thing I would change is I wish I knew it back then, what I know now. But that's impossible. But life has been a learning experience. Some of it good and some of it bad. It's like I keep thinking, As I walk down the hallway of my memories, there's a lot of doors I can open. Some of those doors will show joy and some would show sorrow. And so it's better to just leave them closed. My one desire when I'm dead and gone is that my kids can say, I've been a good dad. That's the only thing I hope for. Then life is worth it.
I don't think you have to wait till you're dead.
I was gonna say, we can say it while you're still alive, but.
Yeah, but I mean, remember it that way for the rest of your lives.
Do you look sometimes at your life now with all your grandkids and all that you got and where you came from and just think, oh my God, you know? How did I get so blessed?
I did all that begetting.
I mean,
yeah, what's that old saying? We only pass through this way once, so make the best of it because you're never going to come back to it.
or what a long, strange trip it's been.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Bumpy road.
42. He not busy being born, is busy dying.
Well, remember this. The day you're born, you start dying.
Okay, now, who's your favorite kid?
On what day?
Yeah. On what? No, I don't have a favorite.
Wait,
I
you
can't
want my
say I
own?
have a favorite. I can't say I have a favorite.
I don't know, but it's definitely somebody else's.
Oh boy.
It's definitely not one of mine.
Well, when we started all this, what, a year ago?
Has it been that long?
The first one was a while back.
Yeah, because we did the first one twice.
Yeah. So.
And actually, I think that worked out because there was less, if I remember correctly, thinking back on it now, and this is, you know, you're thinking back 73 years. I'm trying to think back a year and I can't remember. But I think the first interview we did was a lot like this one where we had to keep asking questions, and then when we did it the second time, all those memories were fresh and he was able to just kind of go
Through it.
So the editing on the first one that you have is probably going to be a lot easier than
Well,
the
you don't have
editing
that
on
first
this
one, do you?
No, I mean the first one that he has where
Oh,
you
yeah.
were already somewhat refreshed and
Yeah.
you were able to just go.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You got somewhere you gotta be, or?
No.
I'll tell you what, I was thinking about going get some Mexican food. You interested? Go over to El Rincones?
How's your ulcer
They'll
feeling?
be